Right, similar to before, we've got two 9-channel receivers connecting 18 PWM inputs into this Nano board. I'll talk about the boards in a bit, but it's basically a Nano. And then going down that lead is inverted SBUS into this other Nano board, which is driving 18 servos via PWM. Now if we get the transmitter switched on, just to prove it's working. I won't bother to go through everything in detail, but throttle, you can see they're all working. One thing I have done differently now on this first transmitter, if you remember, I had the last servo on this transmitter working off the same throttle, and I've separated it now. I hadn't really got enough controls on this transmitter. I'll put it on the rudder trim now. So if I move the rudder trim, that's the last servo on that one. And then on the other one, again, throttle, aileron, elevator, rudder, left slider, right slider, pot. Now the last two servos, these are the ones that are just digital on off signals via SBUS. So although I'm twiddling a pot there, it's actually just going full one way or full the other as it goes through the centre point, and the last one is on a switch. So I said I'd talk about these boards. If you remember last time I demoed this, I think I used this board, which is a real Arduino Nano on a carrier board, but it's a bit bulky. So this is effectively the same thing. You can see it. And that one is a DIY More Pro Mini Expand, but it's from a programming point of view. Oh no, sorry, I've got it the wrong way around. That one is the DIY More Pro Mini Expand, and from a programming point of view, it's like a Nano or a Uno, but it doesn't have a USB connector on it, so it's very small. But no USB connector. You have to program it either via a serial adapter, FTDI, or you can use a USB ASP. Although it doesn't actually have a in-circuit ICSP, in-circuit serial programmer connector. You have to work out which pin to connect to, but you can do it that way. And it's got a couple of quirks. The labels are wrong on the pin that's labelled TX0 is really TX1, and the pin that's labelled RXI is really RX0. So the TX and RX are the right way around, but they've put an I instead of a 0 and a 1 instead of a an I instead of a 0, and they put a 0 where they should have put a 1. Or maybe they put an O where it should be a 1. And also A4 and A5 are swapped over. But once you've found that, it's not so bad. Now the other board, this one's called DIY More Nano Strong, and it's a more capable board really. It has got a USB connector on it, this one. If I can see it, yeah, it's that end. Micro USB, got a couple of battery connectors, one for battery in and the other one for VCC out. Oh, is it VCC, or I think it might be 3.3 volts for charging a LiPo, not sure. But it's just like a Nano or a Uno to program, and they've got A4 and A5 labelled correctly on that one, but they've still made a mistake on 0 and 1. The one that's really TX1 they've labelled 0, and the one that's RX0 on a proper Arduino is labelled 1. So that's a bit odd. And that one's also got As well as having a USB connector, it's also got the ICSP header on it as well. I suppose I could switch the transmitters off, couldn't I? So I'll put the sketches in the link if you want to download them. Pretty pleased with it really, that got an 8-bit Arduino to sample all those PWM channels, turn it into SBUS without any glitches, and then turn it from SBUS back into PWM. If you're interested in the coding side of it, there's some pretty advanced stuff in there. There's some assembler. It's not driving the serial ports via the Arduino serial library. Switches off some of the timers and so on. But you can have a look if you're interested. But it does just work. Okay then. Well, any questions, put them in the comments. And thanks for watching.